Hey guys, welcome back. So yeah, got the tube welded in place. There we are there. So I think it looks pretty good. I said tube, hoop, the rear hoop. And you can't tell really from this angle. I'll get a better shot of it. But the bike cuts a really mean line now, man. I keep saying that, but that's always something I look forward to when I build these things is what kind of line is it going to cut. And I removed the front fairing, or not fairing, fender like this, and it actually kind of sits more like a muscle bike. I've got the tank off at the moment because I'm using the paint stripper on the tank, but with the tank on and the seat in place, it's actually got less of a cafe style, more like a muscle bike, which kind of fits the bill, being it's an inline 4 1100 cc's. So anyway, yeah, got it done. What I did, as I said before, I actually cut the tube in half, so it's actually sitting inside the original gussets, which I think is a great idea because it actually keeps rigidity in the frame here where the shock sits and everything like that. So I was a big fan of that. I'm going to do a little bit of hatching here to close these off. Yeah, ran the weld along here. I actually was going to lay a piece in here on both sides to kind of fill it in, but started booger welding and then just got kind of nutsy with it. I've been using my Old Faithful here, Harbor Freight flux welder, and actually for a flux welder, man, I don't think it's that bad. There's a couple of places I got some good beads going here. I mean, I know this is all boogered up, but don't worry. But yeah, I got some good seams going like this. And a wise man once told me, you know, you don't have to be a good welder so long as you're a good grinder. So let's go ahead and grind those out and see what they look like after they've been cleaned up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it looks good from afar. Far from good, of course, but I'm pleased with that. Was able to grind it, and obviously you can see where some of the crappiness of my welds is here. But I thought for a flux welder from Harbor Freight with no training, I think it looks all right. And this thing is, I mean, like solid. You could hang the bike off of this, which I wouldn't do, but yeah, I'm pleased with that. So since then, so that was actually a while ago. The weather's been bad here, so I've done some work without filming. But so since then, what I've done is actually hooked up the tail lights back here. Let me actually start at the front. So the left-hand control here, where the turn signals, horn, and light are, was shot. I think it got a lot of water in it and everything inside. I actually tried to fix it by connecting the contact points and cleaning everything off, and just could not get that sucker to work. It actually would turn on the left turn signal, but not the right. And once again, clean contact points, look through everything. It was just fried. It wouldn't do the horn, wouldn't do the lights. It was done. So I picked up a cheap one off of Amazon, just here, like this, and it'll actually end up here between the clutch lever and the grip there. But what I've been doing is wiring this up, and I know it looks like a hot mess up here, but it's actually a great deal of progress. So unfortunately, the people that owned the bike before me also like cut up a lot of this to put in the fairing, one of those 1970s style fairings like this. So anyway, I'm going to clean this up. There's some wires that are connected and reconnected that I just need to solder back together, and they're fine. But anyway, I've been chasing ghosts to try and get this done. And in the state of Texas, where I live, you got to have turn signals up front, but you don't have to have them in the back, which to me is a ridiculous law. But what I've done is I've gone ahead and done both, because I've even talked to police officers who didn't know you didn't have to have them in Texas in the back. So it's going to be fully legal, obviously. But so I've got these little Amazon special LEDs, the sequential LEDs running up here. And what I've been spending my time doing is trying to get everything to connect. So I don't think it was in the last video, but I actually stuck a Speedo on here. Just an inexpensive one from Amazon again. I ordered it without realizing it actually came in kilometers an hour instead of miles. So I'll just have to multiply everything I do speed-wise by 2/3 to get the right, anyway, whatever. But I wanted a minimalist up here, so that's fine. But I've been doing the wiring, and I don't have the headlight. So here's the headlight in its bucket here. I took it off because I've been trying to work behind it. So there's the headlight there. But I've already got it wired up to where when you hit the headlight switch, the light comes on, the back light comes on for the Speedo, which I think is cool. And that actually, you can't tell, as I said, but that'll kick on the headlight as well. So it works well like this. And then I ran the wiring. So if we hit the left turn signal, here's the sequential one here, like this, and it's gonna be mounted around the fork. I've got it just dangling right now, but it'll be actually, it's a wraparound. It'll go right here on the front fork. And then I wired it here too. So the integrated turn signal in the back is good. This isn't sequential. This is just a momentary flash. but that works just fine. Once again, if we switch it over to the right, like so, the right one's working up here, a nice sequential like so. And then we've got the back one here, and I believe brake light is working here too. I'm gonna have to pull the brake while I point it down. Oh wait, no, key's off. I have to have the key on. I don't have the key with me. Anyway, the brake light works too. So yeah, I know this looks like trash. What I was doing is tying everything together loosely and fitting it. And I'm actually going to go through and do full cloth tape around all of this harness. I actually built this harness yesterday for this part. The nice thing is because I'm using this new harness with this new switch, I can lose this big one. You can see the plug right back here. This is the original one. This ran actually up to the left control here, and so here's the rest of it. This is all stuff that I can lose from the bike now because I've replaced it with something newer. And actually there's more of the harness here that I'm going to go through. Most of this actually I can just chop. Almost all of this actually went to the back of the speedometer, the original speedometer. So a lot of this is completely unnecessary. I'm actually going to tap into a couple of them to use as keyed switches for running different ancillary electric stuff and everything. But yeah, so that's good there. There's some beef with this one. This one doesn't seem to want to work. So even when I put it in the run position and push the fire button or the ignition button, nothing happens. So I'm gonna have to go through. I might actually end up replacing that. I do have a momentary action switch here, like so. So I can just fire it up that way if I need to. But yeah, coming together. And I took the advice of you guys, and I got some acetone and some ATF, mixed it together, and it is now sitting there soaking into the last two carbs where there was the sticking issue. So hopefully that'll fix it. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But thanks again for the tip. And then the tank, I've actually got the stripper off of there, and I'm running over it now with a wire brush to get it down to bare steel. I'm going to prime it. As I said, I'm going to put the patch in here. I've got the metal for that already, so I'll weld that up. I'll probably do just one video on just that because that's a lot of work. But yeah, she's getting there. Oh, for the moment, as I said, I think I mentioned this, but I actually probably will just wrap the exhaust. I don't think I'm going to run the exhaust all the way back here to start out with. I want to get the bike on her feet, and then I might do a further, like a more advanced exhaust. But for now, that'll be it. But as always, I do appreciate you guys watching. If you see anything that I need to know about, as always, don't forget to hit the comments and, you know, what do they say? Smash that like and subscribe button. So, but thanks for your support, guys.